All right, so that concludes our lesson on monarchy and monarchism. Now we're going to do a closure activity before I let you guys go to your next class. So what I want you to do, I want all of you guys to come up here really quick, and based on what we've talked about, I want you guys just to draw what monarchy looks like to you. Is that so? Everybody, come on up. There's only 3 markers. You can draw anything. It can be the arches of McDonald's look like a king's. Okay, the cross. I like it. Go with the stick figure. Oh, a unibrow, huh? Interesting. We got it there. Is that a butterfly?
A monarch.
A monarch. Oh, butterfly. Okay.
With a king's shirt.
All right. You can have a seat if you want. These are looking nice. They're better than I can do. All right. So we'll start with David. Why did you draw this? What does monarchy mean to you?
Once there's a king in place because of religion, and people have to listen to what he says.
So the king and religion are hand in hand.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and like we talked about, often kings would use religion as a manipulative to manipulate the people, like a social tool to like utilize. Not all of them were really religious or religiously devout, although some were. We talked about, we saw the pictures of the coronation and all that. Let's go. You drew a butterfly. Why did you draw a butterfly?
Well, I thought of monarch immediately for the butterfly.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're pretty large. And I also thought it was interesting because butterflies don't live very long, and sometimes kings don't live very long.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and that's definitely something. Remember when we talked about the French Revolution and how there was a lot of turmoil over a large amount of years and how many different kings and monarchs there were in different republics and that kind of thing. So I like it. Let's go here. Cross. Why'd you choose the cross?
Oh, we talked a lot about religion. So.
Yes. And the correlation between the two, between monarchy and church and state.
And even when the king died, the church kind of kept involved.
Yeah. Okay. And lady.
Mine's like David's. That he's just like superior over everyone, so I made him huge and evil with
the unibrow. The Anthony Davis unibrow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So they hold a lot of power over the people. People don't get much say. Maybe kind of like when we talked about democracy yesterday. It's kind of a polar opposite in a way. Well, true monarchy, absolute monarchy. So why do you guys think this? Do you guys think this would work in the U.S. after what we've talked about today and your drawings clearly kind of connotate a negative aspect of monarchy? Would you guys, so the Founding Fathers didn't want this, right? Would you guys think that maybe it would have worked with like maybe a constitutional monarchy like we talked about?
Well, I thought that originally the people wanted George Washington to be their king, and then he decided why don't we do this whole war if we don't just put another king back on? I think, I'm trying to figure out why they said that. I know they wanted a change. What if they knew exactly what they wanted for the change?
Yeah, I think they weren't technically ready for a king, but they were didn't really understand the concept of a president per se, like how we have now, to where you can only do 2 terms. I mean, that wasn't even, FDR did more than 2 terms.
Yeah.
So they really wanted him to stay, but he was really adamant about not holding too much power, so that's how we got democracy, like we talked about yesterday. But back in the Middle Ages, especially in Europe, we talked about monarchy and kind of its negative connotation. Do you guys have any positive ideas, any takeaways that could be positively associated with monarchism? Maybe if a king or a queen came onto the throne and they actually meant good virtue and had good ideas, could you see maybe a positive environment take place? You look like you're thinking of
I think
something.
When a monarch's in place, you can change things quicker because you have that autocratic rule and just be like, no, we're not doing it like that anymore, we're doing it like this.
Okay. So
for famine or whatever, you can just be like, hey, we're going to ration.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, sort of. So you guys maybe think like a constitutional monarchy, sort of like England has, where the king or queen doesn't necessarily hold a ton of power. They're just like a social, like god almost. So like if the queen died, it really wouldn't affect the government that much. I mean, she doesn't really hold any political power. She's just the head of state, technically. So she's really just a social figure. So if she says something, maybe people will listen or kind of hop on that bandwagon, right? So maybe it's kind of the same way in the United States, where Obama or our president's not a king or queen. They hold more power than obviously the queen does, but they're not the ultimate decision. They don't make the decision to go and do something or a foreign policy. It has to go through the House and the Senate. So maybe a constitutional monarchy could go through and be positive, I guess. Yeah? No? You guys are good this morning. All right, well, thank you for your drawings. They're all very beautiful. And that concludes our closure and our lesson about monarchism.